Well, it's Groundhog Day for us, and we keep repeating the same actions or whatever, momentum on the road, where we don't play very well in the first half, and we battle in the second half, give ourselves a chance. And to their credit, they picked up their defense. We had run a couple sets and had success, and they took them away, and we didn't react, and we turned it over down the stretch. You got to make free throws. We didn't get many. They got a bunch. And when we didn't make them, that, makes it tough. Staten's a heck of a player. They just didn't even run their stuff. They just went high ball screen. They did it in the second half at our place. And, we just couldn't guard it. So, and when he gets to the line 35 times or whatever it was, it's tough to deal with. So, just disappointing. Hats off to them. They played with a lot of energy. They've had a lot of close games, and this time they found a way to win it.
Bruce, down the stretch, just the turnovers down the stretch.
Three turnovers and 4 missed free throws and down the stretch when it was close. So, that we got to execute better. I got to help them. They got to help themselves. Everybody's got to do a better job.
How frustrating is that, knowing that you've been in so many games and yet just kind of...
Well, it's part of playing on the road against good teams. The league is not very forgiving, and you got to. We pick it up on defense. We beat people at home and got stops, and they picked it up, and you got to execute better. Like I said, we had success on a couple things we did, but to their credit, they got up their line and took it away, and we just didn't make the plays when we needed to.
Can you chalk that up to youth?
Some of it was the older guys too, and but the biggest thing is the first half. We just don't play. I mean, we'll have 3 turnovers in the first half. He doesn't have 3 in 4 or 5 games, and he shot some runners, and it's just I got to help him. We got to find a way to get better prepared and get some emotion and passion in first halves. That's where we lost the game, not at the end. You can focus on those plays. It's all at the beginning of the game. That's where we just didn't play. Now you fight your butt up. I called timeout, and I guess you maybe changed momentum. I did a great momentum timeout, but we had 2 guys to ask out, and I just thought if we get back-to-back timeouts and we had the media one coming up, maybe that would, we'd have some legs down the end. But ended up being a backfire because they picked it up and we didn't.
Bruce, what's the explanation for this funk that Shane Southfield's in right now?
Well, they put a guard on him, and they put a big guy on West, and some teams have done that. Now he takes away his. It's one of the reasons we got 42 in the paint, though, because now they worried about Shane. They're out there and we're getting layups. So it's just gotta whatever you got to take what comes, what people give you, and we were able to get that. We just didn't make. We took questionable shots in the first half, and bad decisions, and just that's where it counts. They finally we ball screened with West and did a couple things, and they switched back, but that's why Gip was getting all those layups, and we probably should have made some other ones. We had a couple other ones. We had the most points in the paint we've had, 48, I believe. So, but it wasn't enough.
What do you think your guards weren't doing defensively today that they were doing in the first match?
Well, we need Javon. Javon can guard, but if he mentally defeats himself on the offensive end, now, we had trouble playing him. But he's the one who slowed Satan down as much as you can. And again, the second half at our place, they just went ball screen. They said, heck with you guys. You take all our stuff away. We're gonna make you guard us on this. And, we just, I thought we backed up. It helped us. In the second half, we backed it up. We tried to push it on the side. But to their credit, they made enough plays down the stretch when it counted.
Is there anything that you can do to take away that high ball screen? I think.
You can. People call it ice. Keep it on the side. Our bigger guys, our big guys didn't do a good job of helping. Where Staten's going, and if he hits a jumper, he hits a jumper, and he goes 1 for 3 from 3 on the whole Big 12, and then he hits a 3. So, and Debo hits some big shots. The loose ball Debo gets and makes a little turnaround there. That's a big play. But you can hard hedge. We did that early. They got us on a couple other. They moved it and got it to the other people, which we did on them too. And then you flat hedge or ice it. And I thought we backed off, and I thought we did even though they got 42 in the second half or whatever it was. I thought it was a little better, but obviously not enough stops.
At the midway point of the conference now, is this big thing still just trying to find that consistency?
Well, I think just playing consistent within halves. You know, it's good at home in the half, first half, not as good second half. On the road, not as good on the first half, good at second half. And, you know, the league is tough. A lot of good teams. West Virginia's good. They've had how many games? You guys know Gonzaga, Purdue, Oklahoma State. They could have won all those games. They could easily, you know, be 15 and whatever. But they lost them, and today they found a way to get this one. So we got 2 home games coming up. We've had 3 out of 4 on the road. You know, the road is not very forgiving, and you got to be special. And now we go home, and we got 2 home games. We got to get Texas next Saturday. It's going to be big, and hopefully, I'd like to practice, but we got so many guys that are hurting. You know, we probably have to give them more days off than practice days. So I guess we got to, you know, that fine line of getting some guys healthy and feeling good down the stretch.
I'm sure you maybe been in this position before, trying to convince a young team to win on the road. What is the hardest part to teach?
I think you got to understand you got to play better. We did a quote the other day from one of the NBA guys that got to play 20% better on the road than you do at home. And to understand that and be, you know, have that emotional mindset, and we got to be better defensively. The reason we won games, and especially at home, but even when we played on neutral sites, is because of our defense. And we got to guard in the first half if we're going to have any chance.
Tom, to start with you, how hard was West Virginia to defend? They were running that high ball screen, trying to dive State down. How hard was that?
It was difficult, but I mean, second half we did a much better job controlling him on defense. He's fast, he's quick. You know, he's probably the best point guard in the league right now. I mean, that's congrats to him. They made changes from last game we played them, and they came out with a different scheme, and it worked.
Marcus, can you talk about that, just the difficulty staying in front of their guards, and especially the first half with all their penetration?
You know, Staten, he got going early, and it just carried on over to the second half. He's a very fast guard. He can get in the lane, get by anybody. You know, I feel he's the best point guard in the league right now.
Can you talk about this team's problems on the road right now? What's going on?
I honestly can't tell you. I don't know. We're just not playing with energy in the first half, and you know, coach got to threaten us with some words, you know, just for us to play in the second half. I mean, we can't be like that. If we want to be a good team, we got to bring it, you know, first and second half. And right now, I don't know. I was talking to them. We got to just figure it out somehow, because we got to get a road win sooner or later.
Thomas, what was that play supposed to be when you guys came out of that timeout with like 2:30 left, and you and Shane just kind of, I guess, crossed paths and didn't go well? What was supposed to happen there?
I was supposed to screen for somebody, and he was supposed to be open. That's about it. I really can't say too much on that.
For both of you guys, are there any similarities between this and the Iowa State game? Any similar frustrations when you do keep coming back, tie the game, you just can't make the basket to take the lead?
I feel for me, I gotta execute better down the stretch with my team. Iowa State this game, I had some turnovers, easy missed shots, missed the free throw, so I feel I gotta execute better for my team.
And then, well, I mean, as a whole, you know, looking back against, you know, Texas and Iowa State, I mean, we're right there. You know, we're right there to come out with a win, but it's just executing offense late, and, you know, just simple turnovers that we've had problems in the past. So it just happened, you know, today. I mean, we was right there against Iowa State, we was right there against Texas. I mean, and they're tough teams. West Virginia's a tough team too, but it's our fault. You know, we just got to execute and be smarter and be more patient.
Marcus, is this more of a mental barrier than a physical one for you guys right now? Trying to get through this and get to a road?
Yeah, it's hard to get through this loss, but, you know, we just got to keep getting better. I mean, we got 2 big games coming up, Texas and Kansas, so, I mean, we can't sit back and and just be mad about this loss. We got to get ready for practice tomorrow and get better all week. We got a bye week.
Marcus or Gip, either one, just kind of midway point of the conference right now, where do you see this team is at?
You know, we're good, but we can be a lot better. I mean, we win the close games that we've had, the away games. I mean, we will be right in the top of the league, but unfortunately, you know, things happen for a reason, and I think this is just a way for us to be better.
Thomas, do you think that this is more on you guys than it is on the other teams doing well? Do you think that this is just more on you guys, you know, not, you know, executing down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, it is us. Like I said earlier, I mean, we're the ones not executing. Everybody else is executing. You know, we're coming out slow in the first half, spotting them 10 points. You know, it's all on us, and you know, we got to change it. Coach says it's his fault and all that. It's not his fault. You know, he's not playing. He's telling us what to do, and we're not executing. So, you know, the loss is on us, not him.
Hey, Marcus, what strategy do you think West Virginia changed in this game opposed to the first one?
Our last game, going over the film, we guarded their motion very well. And so this time I felt they wanted to bring Gip out more and use more ball screens and spread out the court because Harris been shooting good. So they want to stay in the attack and get Harris on wide open shots. So just felt the court felt way bigger because they were so spread out this time.
Thomas, I know these guys have looked to you for leadership a lot this season, but what do you think you'll tell them the rest of the way to try to finish the second half of the conference strong?
Just win away games and just stay together and build a family. I mean, through tough times, people can, you know, spread out and pick on other people as far as like, oh, he didn't do this, or it was his fault, yada, yada, yada. But, I mean, at this point in time, we can't be like that right now. If that's the case, we should have did that when we were winning 10 games in a row. So just when we lose, I mean, we just can't, you know, separate. We still got to be a family.